Hello. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Geriatric Momma podcast. I'm Ashley Bailey Farley, the Geriatric Momma. Welcome. We are so happy to have you here. And of course, I would not be here if it wasn't for my boo thing, my girl, Claire Pucchiani. What's up, boo-boo?
Hey, Ashley. Just rocking and rolling today. I'm so excited for this episode.
Oh my gosh. Me and Claire were just talking about this. She's in her third trimester. I have a 7, almost 8-month-old. And the fact that we are here right now with a lip color and some sort of hairstyle is a damn miracle.
That's right. Any sort of makeup application is truly anything.
I'm like running around panicking like, oh shit, we gotta hurry up and get this going before he needs to feed again. Oh my goodness.
Constant. So what's sort of your, it starts off at 3 hours, every 3 hours, right?
Yeah, I think, and it's crazy because when I would ask people about their journey before I got into mine, and they would say, oh, I don't really remember. I'm like, how do you not remember these things? How is this not the biggest moment of your entire life? But honestly, right now, I'm not completely sure, but I think in the very beginning, it's every 2 to 4 hours, just depending on your kid. And then, I know, sigh. And then, mama sigh. And then I think now he can do 4 hours and a little bit longer. My doctor just told me that technically he can sleep overnight without feeding. And I was like, are you serious? Because that is not the life that I'm living right now. So we're trying to make it work.
That's a milestone. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. You're hitting a milestone too in the third trimester. You're looking good. We're just joking that you're in that roly-poly phase right now. How are you feeling?
It literally is the roly-poly phase because I feel like I have to truly roll to switch sides anytime I'm sleeping. It just feels like an effort, but it's fun. It's been a lot of fun. I love third trimester so far. But I do feel like
so far it's good, right?
Yeah, I feel like I just keep getting bigger and bigger, and I'm like, how much bigger
you are?
Is he gonna get?
You're gonna get bigger until he is on his way out. We have this really deep couch, and I would sit all the way back when I was pregnant, and I couldn't get off of it. So I would grab Justin's arm, and I'm like, launch me. And he just launched me off the couch so I could do whatever I needed to do.
But you start to feel like an upside down turtle, like you're on your shell, and you're like, I need help.
Now, do you feel this way? Because I was wondering if I felt this now that I've gone through the process. But for me, as you know, in season 1, labor and delivery was such a big deal for me my entire life. And now that I've gone through it, it's such a tiny part of the pregnancy and parenting experience. So do you feel that way, or is that sort of a hindsight kind of a feeling?
I definitely am starting to get a little bit more afraid of the delivery, just because every once in a while, I don't know if you remember this, but every once in a while, something starts to kind of like shift and move. Either it's him or things are loosening. And
your cervix.
yes, basically. You keep telling me to do those massages, and I'm going to.
Girl, get the oil. I will send you the link.
What is the oil? Send me the link, please.
I think it's like an almond, it's some kind of weird nut oil, but you gotta get the stretch and popping, right? Trust me, I tore. And I really think it's because I didn't start the stretches until like 2 weeks or maybe not even 2 weeks before. So you got like some time. Just start now. Get loosey-goosey. You will thank yourself later.
I will. But I think a lot of it is hindsight for sure. But I think especially being in third trimester, it just feels so much more real and about to happen that now I'm starting to get slightly nervous, but I'm still excited because I'm also just going to get that epidural. So if all goes
immediately. Yes. Well, it sounds good. You look beautiful. We're so excited to have you here and hear a little bit about your journey. Today we're talking about breastfeeding, which I know is something that you're interested in as well, right?
Oh, yeah. Tell me all about it.
Breastfeeding was something that I wanted to do for a number of reasons. One, I'm cheap as hell, and I did not want to buy formula. And there was that formula shortage. Wow, yeah. While I was really sort of getting used to breastfeeding. So I was happy that I was able to, nurse my son Jetson once that kicked in. I just felt really bad for all those moms. And I learned through that process, it's not even children that, drink formula. There are are, older kids who have like issues and health issues that need
That's
formula
right.
too, and some adults. So
Yeah.
that was a big impact on us. So I'm glad it's kind of clearing up now. And I
Mm-hmm.
did just start introducing a little bit of formula to Jet just so that I could live my life a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
now.
Nothing wrong with
But
that.
breastfeeding, yeah, just a little bit every day. And he doesn't mind. He didn't like it at first. He was like, "What is this generic shit you're feeding me?" But now he's cool with it, and he'll take his bottle like that. But in the beginning, yeah, breastfeeding was something I wanted to do. They talk about, experts, doctors. They talk about how it's really great bonding for you and your kid. The other thing is that you burn calories when you breastfeed. I read
Hey,
maybe between at least 300 calories a day just from breastfeeding. So I was like, sign me up because
nothing wrong
I'm
with
not
that.
hitting the gym right away or anything like that. Um, and I wasn't going to be eating better because I kept some of my pregnancy eating habits for a little bit longer
Oh
after
yeah,
I
yeah.
gave
Like which
birth.
ones?
All of them. So I needed to go ahead and get those extra calories off any way possible.
Fair.
But it was just something that I personally wanted to do. And of course, we know here at the Geriatric Momma that not all women can breastfeed, even if they want
Mm-hmm.
to. It just doesn't happen for everyone, and we understand that. So this episode is really just about my experience being able to breastfeed and, how that went for me. So we are totally
Mm-hmm.
aware and acknowledge that it's not for everyone. And if you have to give your baby formula, then get that formula and do what
That's
you have to
right.
do to keep yourself and your baby healthy. You know what I mean? That's
100%. No shame. No shame
no
here.
shame at all. No shame. So when I first had Jetson plopped on me, because that's what they do, they take them out, they weigh them, they clean them up, and then they just plop them right down on your chest. I had a nurse who had to be like in her late 60s come up to me, and she just starts patting on my boobs. She's like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna be good." So she just takes Jetson's head and latches him on. And he instantly latched on, so we didn't have any issues
Oh.
there. Because some women can breastfeed, but it's harder for the baby to latch. There's all these different
Mm-hmm.
situations. So, just be open to your process and go with the flow with whatever it is. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just make
Right.
sure, again, you're healthy and your baby is healthy. But Judson just latched right on and started feeding. And it wasn't painful. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but it's something that, for me, I got used to pretty quickly.
Oh, nice.
I never really experienced any pain. Now he's almost 8 months and he's getting a little rough. Okay. He doesn't have his teeth yet, but he
Oh,
is sitting up and looking at my nipple and like, what is this? And trying to snatch it. And I'm like, all right, come on. You get what you want. Mommy gets what she needs. Let's all just calm the hell down here. He is getting really
mm-hmm.
rough. So that's another reason why the formula had to come into play. But it was a
Give you a
really
bit of a
beautiful
break.
moment. I remember it a little bit, a little bit.
The tiniest amount.
Oh yeah, I'll just be sitting minding my own business, and oop, I've been latched onto. It really does happen that way.
Wow. That's
He's
incredible.
not at the point where he's lifting my shirt up or anything. That is coming. I can tell he's learning. He's watching. He's observant, but he hasn't gotten there yet.
He's very
so they
smart.
oh, he is. He's just like mommy and daddy.
That's right.
So he latches on, and we start our bonding process with him feeding, and it was something that came pretty easy and natural for us, and it hasn't been any issues with keeping him fed or anything like that. He's a big old chubby baby, and he's doing good. But the moment that happened was just one of those moments because you're kind of in a fog anyway. Not like the fog
Right.
when you bring him home and you go through the first 2 weeks, which we are talking about in this season as well. But it was just, right after you give birth, if you have the epidural, you're still kind of out of it. If you don't have the epidural, I imagine you're completely out of it.
Oh boy.
But it was just such an amazing moment. And then, yes, you are feeding. For him, it was every 2 hours, which is why when you come home, you're just, you're completely exhausted for a number of reasons. But when you're nursing and you are physically feeding, your mind, your body, his little mind and body, it's all in tune, and it's just like this process. But it really is a beautiful thing. And it's so crazy how much your body changes because I'm sure you know that the boobs just keep changing and changing. Now you're in the third
Yes.
trimester. They're really going through some changes, right? Have you noticed yourself getting bigger yet?
Oh, I mean, that was one of my first symptoms, was just like, I felt like they started to explode. They just continue to grow, like the bra
first
situation.
trimester?
Yeah, in the first trimester, then they continued in the second trimester. Now in third trimester, they're getting to a whole new place and changing colors, changing shapes, changing, everything is changing.
It's like a science project from the third grade. You're like, look at how these boobies changed
It
over
is.
the course.
It does feel like they're forming like a true bullseye. Like, this is where you need
the
to go.
areola becomes like this massive thing. Oh my goodness. And you know what? I don't feel like mine has changed. I feel like it's a total bullseye. You're totally right. It's just like, you just go straight for it.
They got to know where to go.
They have to. They have to know. I guess, no, I was going to make a bad joke about daddies needing the bullseye as well.
Hey, I mean, you're not wrong.
Guidance never hurt.
Never hurt.
I had a wedding in my third trimester, so I had to go and buy like real bra, and I was just in like sports bras and nursing bras.
Oh yeah.
And then I had to go buy a real bra to go to this wedding. I bought so many bras during my pregnancy, and I don't even know how many of those I'm ever going to be able to wear again. So hopefully you didn't do that.
No, I did.
So many
I did a similar thing, especially like
Did you?
Yes, but I will say, once I switched over, after a while I just switched over to nursing bras because they have a lot more stretch and they have a lot more wiggle room. I mean, are they the most flattering thing? No, but whatever, we're rocking it.
Yeah, they're not very
not.
supportive. And I wonder if there's a such thing as a supportive nursing bra. If any of our listeners out there have found one or experienced one, please let us know in the comments, because I feel like that's something every mama wants. It's like, you want to be comfortable, but we still want to be, especially in the big boob brigade, you know, you still want to be supported. But honestly, there came a point where I was like, who gives a damn? I'll sag and drag all the way up to the grocery store. I cannot put on a tight bra right now. I will do it.
Underwire, forget about it. There's no way underwire is touching this rib cage for like, I think the next year or so, or never again. Honestly, who knows?
I had to go to a store that's specific to like curvy women to get bras. Because they just have a selection of bigger sizes. Nice. And I got some really comfortable sports bras, and I still wear them now. So, you know, everyone's fine. They have like a thicker strap.
Yeah.
So, you know, everyone, your boobs are going to change so much. Again, go with the flow.
That's right.
But you know what? The breastfeeding process, it can be very challenging. I joke that I'm a human sippy cup, because you're just feeling like you're feeding nonstop. But that's just the process that you sign up for if you decide to nurse, you know. Again, I think some moms introduce formula a little bit earlier than I did. I was on this crusade to completely breastfeed, you know, just exclusively breastfeed for the first 2 years of Jetson's life, because all these medical professionals and, you know, everyone's got their opinion. That 2 years, you should breastfeed ideally for the first 2 years. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do that. And I still plan on breastfeeding at least a little bit for the first 2 years if I can do it. But I didn't want to get in the habit of beating myself up over these choices, because everything's so nuanced. Everything is so different for each individual and each baby. You know, you might have these plans and ideas, and your baby is just like, that is not what we're doing in here.
Doing something else.
Bottle. We got a whole different plan. So it's just important to go with the flow and be flexible. And listen, I am not a flexible person. That is, when I go into a job interview and they're like, so what are your weaknesses? I never say, but I'm always thinking, I am not a flexible person. When I have a plan, I like to stick to it. But you can't do that as a new mom. You have to really just allow yourself to go with the flow of what's going on with you and your baby, in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, because all of those things completely shift when you go through pregnancy, you go through your labor and delivery, and you're just at home with your baby living this totally new life. So it's okay to not have your plan go the way you want. Just stay healthy. And that's a big, big thing when it comes to breastfeeding. I know that there are moments where I'm just walking around my place and I don't even know my shirt is up. The boobs are just out because I just feel like I'm feeding all the time.
Yeah.
Just laying around and my shirt is up. The boobs are free and hanging. And like I said, I just get latched onto. This is like my life with an infant.
That's right. That's right. And what a beautiful part of life it is. You're going to miss it one day.
I am going to miss it. And, I get really emotional about it sometimes because I was worried with introducing formula that Jet wasn't going to be interested in nursing anymore. And that really had an emotional impact on me that I was not anticipating, or I just wasn't prepared for those feelings at all. And when he's with my mom for the day so that I can get work done or, run errands, or, I'm dealing with my niece and nephew in their school and their after school activities, I really miss him. I'm like, oh my God, I really just want to feed him right now. And you know what? When you nurse, if you don't feed, the boobs get huge. It's like they just fill up like a water balloon and they get really sore. I am not the queen of pumping. I hate pumping.
I was
and
going
I
to
have
ask.
a really, really nice pump. I have a really nice one. And I only have that nice one. And ladies know this. When you go through your journey, your insurance should provide a pump for you. You don't have to go out and buy one. And I specifically asked my doctor for the best one that they have because they can just pick which one that they give you. So if you do some research, if you want to figure out what pump sounds good for you, and just tell your doctor, this is the pump that I would like to try. And your insurance should cover it for you. Call them and check it out before you go and spend a lot of money because they are expensive. And the one that I got is the one that they use in hospitals, and I didn't pay anything for it. It's just all through the insurance. I've used it like 5 times in almost 8 months. I'm just not into it. I maybe I'm not patient enough for it because you have to.
But at least it was free.
It was free.
Yeah.
And I did pump for a little while, but one thing that I got is a Haka. And you know what? I have it right here. Hold on.
Ooh, show it for our listeners and watchers out there.
So my OB recommended this to me. It's like $15. I got it online. And where's my camera? This is the
There
Haka.
it is. Ooh.
So when you're nursing, the idea is that you just kind of suction this on to your other boob, because sometimes the boob that you're not nursing on will leak and you don't want to waste your milk. So you just suction this on and you have a little stash of milk that you can be building in your freezer. And I did that for a while. I go back and forth with it. But then you have frozen milk that you can just warm up for your baby if you don't want to deal with formula. But again, that's a process in itself.
Sure.
But for me, that was easier than using a pump. So, do what's best for you.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I really enjoy breastfeeding. I actually love breastfeeding. I will be sad when Jetson's over it and he's not into it anymore. It does present challenges at night with overnight feeds because, of course, you don't get to sleep through the night. Babies who are nursed apparently have a harder time sleeping through the night initially. So that's something to prepare for as well. But the emotional attachment and the emotional bond that you build from nursing is such a wonderful thing. And it really does bring me a lot of joy. And Claire, I hope that's something that you get to experience. But like I said, go with the flow. And I hope that's something that all the mamas out there who want to experience get a chance to do, because it is such a wonderful experience. It really is.
Yeah, I hope so. I will say my husband lovingly says, I think you're going to be like a dairy farm over there. So I think we'll be okay.
Oh, yeah.
I think, but you know what? Sometimes you never know. Sometimes you never know.
You never know. You never know. But, that's just, I think, pregnancy and parenting in general. You just never know. You have a plan, but the foundation of that plan should be to be healthy, just being healthy for you and your kid. That's all we're striving for here.
Yeah, it's all we can ask for, right? Yeah, but yes, I'm hopeful. Fingers crossed.
I see those videos. You got it, girl. I see those videos online of like those dogs who have like all those puppies just latched onto them.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I get it now.
Yeah,
I understand that.
Yeah.
But
They
it's
always
great.
look
It
somewhat
really is a wonderful
relaxed
feeling.
too. You know, there's sometimes they're
Yes,
just sort
you
of
know why?
chilling.
Because they're going with the damn flow. They're like,
That's
this
right.
is what I got to do. I got a billion nipples. I was built for this. And here we go.
And there it is.
But yeah, I would say, they have lactation coaches for
Oh, yeah.
women who want to and struggle. I didn't use a lactation coach because the milk was there, the jugs were full,
You were ready to
and
go.
the baby was ready to get in there. But use your resources. See what you can find within your community that might be financially accessible if that's an issue for you, because some of those coaches and things like that can be pricey, but there might be ways that you can find it. I actually found a lot of really great information on Instagram, on social media, because there's a lot of lactation coaches that you can follow that are totally legit. You always want to check with your doctor before you do anything, but
Good
there's
call.
a lot of really great free advice out there too. So don't be discouraged if it doesn't work at first. Maybe it's just something that you have to work at a little bit. And don't be discouraged if you can't do it at all. Just stay healthy. I'm going to keep repeating that because you have to know that your health is essential. If you're not healthy, there's no way you're going to be able to take care of your new baby the way you want to. And that really messes with your head as a new mommy, because I think I only given birth to one, but I imagine even if you have multiple, you're so caught up in making sure that little Fabergé egg of a baby is okay.
Yeah.
That if you're hard on yourself and you feel like you can't perform to your best abilities as a mom, it messes with your head and messes with your emotions. So do what you have to do to stay healthy. Make sure your baby is healthy. If that's nursing, if that's a mix of formula in nursing, if that's just straight up formula, whatever you got to do, just do it.
Do it.
That's what's important. And if you can breastfeed, get in there, swing those titties around, and let that baby feed. Well, thank you so much for joining us. If you guys have any questions about breastfeeding, hit me up. Leave me some comments. Leave me some messages. You can find us on Instagram at _Geriatric Momma. And for our podcast, you can find us, of course, at anywhere that you listen to your favorite podcast and on our YouTube page, _Geriatric Momma. We are there. So leave some messages, some comments. Let's continue to build this community. Claire, it was so good to see you today, as always, glowing.
Oh, it's so good to see you. It's the ring light. It's all the ring light. No.
I know. That production value,
That's
it's gone up a little bit. Well, you guys take care of yourself. We are so happy to have you here every time we come on to talk about mommy life and some geriatric mama stuff, okay? So take care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.